we are back. Quite insane if you think about it, but it's been one whole year since the first season started, and now we are back with another one. As expected, this episode focused more on just retelling everything important that happened last season, and just building up what will happen in the next few episodes. Everything new that we've seen in this episode was pretty much expected, but there were still quite a lot of things that we can talk about, like Tova being in her human form and demon form at the same time. Just before the recap, we also get to hear the new opening, and while I like the second one better, this one is great too. It doesn't spoil as much as the last season, but you can still kind of put together what will happen later on, and hopefully I will have time to make a video about it. After the recap, the episode continues with Tova focusing on reviving Setsuna, and I just really like the way they put together those scenes. While the focus is on Tova trying to revive Setsuna, they constantly remind you that Sesshomaru is there, that he didn't left, that he cares about it, and it's just a really smart way to show how much he cares without a single word. At the same time, there is also no music in the background, empathizing about how important this scene is. While Tova is trying, the dream butterfly leaves Setsuna's body. I mean, I assume it's a dream butterfly. For some reason, they either decided to change its design, or it just changed its color once it's not connected with someone. I assume it's the second one considering how it had the same color palette as Setsuna. It shows that it is connected to Rin, but now I'm wondering how will they keep Rin alive. Considering that Setsuna's human energy is what kept her alive, it's either will connect with Tova or just go back to Setsuna once she is resurrected. I guess we will find out in the next episode once they fall asleep. If both of them can fall asleep, then we will have a huge problem. One thing I just didn't like about these scenes is how they showed that Tova is trying to use all of her energy to use the Tenseiga. They could have just fade out the background, zoom in on her, mute the background music, but no. They made it sound like when Goku transformed into Super Saiyan for the first time. It's not bad, it just doesn't fit. While she keeps trying, Totosai and Jaken also arrives in true Jaken spirit, just to bully Moroha for one whole minute. While it's funny, I'm not sure if it's at the right time. Moroha asks Totosai if he can repair the Tenseiga, and while he can repair it in 3 days, it's just way too long. If they don't revive Setsuna in an hour, she's dead. So the only thing they can do is hope that Tova will be able to make a demon energy blade out of the Tenseiga. Quite interestingly, she used up so much energy that her hair turns black, showing that there is no more energy in her body, and even if it took quite a while, after she's somehow also in her demon form, where she finally will be able to see the minions of the Netherworld. She basically did what's supposed to be the exact opposite of each other. But if we think about it, it makes sense that both these forms can exist at the same time. The black hair or her human form represents that her body is out of demon energy, and her demon form unlocks those limits of the demon energy, makes more accessible for her. Totosai tells a bit about Setsuna's bloodblade that she inherited from Sesshomaru, that he finds it remarkable. He says that it's not only strong enough to cut physical objects, but it has the power to sever all forms of fate in a single stroke. Although I don't fully understand it, this is something really important that will definitely be used in a critical moment. I'm not sure though what they mean by all forms of fate, like the red strings of fate, what they showed in the night ending of Inuyasha, or something like the fate of Naraku. For some reason I feel like it's something more closer to the red string of fate, but we will see later on. Since Totosai found her old Naginata really weak, he decided to make a new one for her, and he will apparently use lapis lazuli and ash? Like, whose ash? Maybe it doesn't matter at all, but I'm genuinely interested whose ash is that. Well, apparently it will bring out hordes of evil spirits that Moroha has to deal with, even though Sesshomaru is literally there next to them. Even Kirara is helping. Good girl. While Tova was finally able to cut the minions of the Netherworld, Totosai finished the Yukari no Tachikiri that Setsuna used to defeat the evil spirits. Interestingly, it's connected to her bloodblade, so now she can sever things that cannot be severed. After giving the Tenseiga to Totosai, both Sesshomaru and Jaken leaves. While Totosai informs Setsuna that Tova needs a new sword, because her current sword is created by humans. which cannot infuse demon power into a weapon. She apparently needs to obtain a Kyuyokon root, which I swear I thought already existed in Inuyasha, but there is just nothing about it. Like there is literally no result in Google. At least now we know why they will visit Bokusen. Just before the episode ends, Totosai will continue to bully Moroha by not having anything for her. We can also finally hear the new ending song, which in my opinion is the best song in Yashahime so far. A lot of people probably won't like the visuals cause it's just not related to the show at all, but I personally really like it, and who knows, maybe we will be back to the modern era sooner than expected. I personally liked the episode. It was much slower than any other episode, but I feel like it's okay to take it slowly. There is no reason for them to just jump into it instantly, and I feel like they made the correct decision. Now the only thing that really matters is that how fast paced the upcoming episodes will be, cause simply that was their biggest issue in the last season. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's good to be back. Unfortunately, I just don't have as much time to make these videos like before, but I will try my hardest, while you can also expect a lot more videos on other upcoming animes. I hope you will have a nice day. Good night.